Hassert stepped down just before midnight.
Housing worries are taking a toll on the stock market and our economy. Banks and other mortgage lenders continue to report big losses from mortgage loans gone bad, making financial markets skittish. New estimates from the U.S. Conference of Mayors predict the mess could cost the Bay Area economy nearly $5.5 billion next year. That breaks down to $1.8 billion in the South Bay and $3.6 billion on the peninsula and in San Francisco. Nationwide, the whole problem could cause 500,000 people to lose their jobs. Now, ironically, this actually may be a good time for you to buy a house. Real estate broker and home foreclosure buying expert Jason Lee here this morning to talk about how you can take advantage of this market and buy a home at a good deal. Jason, thanks for joining us. Where do you see from the trenches that you operate, where is the housing market here in the Bay Area headed, do you think?
In the past few months, it has been down, and we haven't seen this market down since 1990.
So why is this a good time then to get out there and buy a house?
Well, this is the first time that Bay Area residents can make offer for 10, 20, or maybe 30% lower than the asking price. And therefore, it's such a good time to buy.
You know, what about financing? Because that seems to be the key that's tripping a lot of people who could otherwise get in cheaply. If this is a good time to buy a house, does that mean the average family is going to be able to actually get affordable financing?
Yes, there are a lot of first-time homebuyer programs still available. And with 5–10% down, you can simply get in a house if you qualify.
Is it an advantage to try to find a home that is being foreclosed if you're trying to buy right now?
Well, foreclosure, sure, we specialize in the bank-owned property, which means the bank already take possession on that property, and we can go and make offer for a lot lower than the average asking price from other sellers.
And what's the difference, not just for you as a real estate agent, but for any of us as potential buyers? What's the difference between buying a home on foreclosure as opposed to a regular home purchase?
It's the same thing. I mean, as long as it's handled by a real estate agent like myself, I mean, there's no difference at all.
Do you need a different kind of a down payment, or can you get in on the same if you want to buy a house on foreclosure? In other words, how much money do you have to come in with right away?
Just the regular. You can qualify for all kind of loan, either 0 down, 5%, 10%, or the regular 20% down. So there are actually no difference between buying a foreclosure home or buying an REOs. Or, you know, unless you want to go to like a courthouse to buy bid on foreclosure, then by that time you need all cash. And
you know, you say, I don't mean to interrupt, but you do say 0 down. Isn't that how we got in this mess in the first place?
No, 0 down. State have the program called Cal HFA that specialize for 0 down, and you have to qualify. Those are the state finance products which help people, first-time home buyer, get in a house with 0 down.
But then so many first-time home buyers try to get into a house with 0 down, took one of those no-lord mortgages, and you know the rest has been pretty ugly financial history. Are there more safeguards out there to make sure that it's not just a cycle?
Well, the lender have to apply the 3C, which is credit, capacity, and collaterals. If all three are passed, then yeah, the loans are always good, and buyers should be confident that you know they can able to afford a house and go on.
All right, so this can work for first-time home buyers as well?
Yes, definitely.
All right. Well, Jason, listen, thank you so much for checking in with us. This is good information in some tough times right now. I should mention, Jason has a couple seminars this week in the Bay Area, one on Wednesday, one on Thursday. If you're interested in this type of buying, we've got a link to his website from our website at NBC11.com under the featured links. And Jason, thanks again for coming by.